You two are welcome to jump in at any time. If you do, voice yourself from off camera. When I get to the end of the interview, I'll ask for voice recognition for the people off camera. Just state your name. That way, someone listening later can match your question with your voice. Okay. Is it recording?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Excuse me. This is Saturday, January 27th, 2023. And this is an interview with Walker Norwood at his house at 412 East Price Street. My name is Kirsten Messinger, and I'll be the interview. Jan Pirano is the camera operator, and Kelly Hickey is also in the room. All right. So let's start off. Simple, your name and your birthday.
Walker Norwood, December 28, 1928.
And have you lived in Waxhaw your entire life?
Yes.
Where did you?
I mean, I was born on the Parkwood Road. I was born out there. And then we moved in the city later.
Where in the city did you move into?
Waxhaw.
Do you remember the street?
First we moved off, well, that's Broome Street, but it's Providence, and I don't know why they changed it, because it's on the space from Food Line on down.
Yep.
She had to let it be Providence all the way.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. How long have you lived here in this house?
Ever since 1946.
Okay, so you've been here a while. All
We
right.
built the house.
What was your first job?
Okay, my first job was Camp Sutton, was an army here.
Oh, okay.
And so when it went out, my first job was we was cleaning it up.
Okay. And then what other types of jobs did you have after that?
From then on, I went doing construction.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about your education? Where'd you go to school?
I went to Bigwood School, which is off of John Craig Road. From there to Waxhaw Elementary School, which is right off Highway Mine Road. Marvin School, which is on Marvin Road, which Marvin is about, I guess, I'd say 7, 8 miles from here, on Newtown Road. And from then, after then, I went, later on, I went to Carver College, Carver College, Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina.
What'd you study when you were there?
I was going to be an elementary school teacher, but I changed my mind.
What made you change your mind? Do you just not want to be a teacher anymore? Did you find something else to do?
Well, I went in service
Okay.
in 1952, and I spent 2 years in service. I was I've taken my 16 weeks of training in El Paso, Texas,
Oh, wow.
where it's really hot.
Yes.
Then I came home for a month, and then I went to Whittier, Alaska, in which it was cold over there. It's called the land of the midnight sun, because you never see the sun. You only see the flex of it. And it's cold over there. You go to bed, and you wake up, and it's snow out there, so you got to dig yourself out.
Oh, wow.
And I was over there for 1 year. And one month, I went over to Anchorage, Alaska for 30 days. And then I came back home to New Orleans because they had 5 months to do. And they wanted me to re-enlist, and I told them no way.
Like that.
You can't make it out there. They said that back then. They said that word. I said I made it out there. 23 years. I can make it out there because I did not like the armed service. But it's okay. And furthermore, I had my parents were in bad health, and I wanted to take care of them, and I was I can't think of it now because I'll be talking, I forget. But I was what's the word? Hardship discharge.
Okay.
You know, to take care of your parents. But, and they told me the ministers there were called. No, I can't even think of that. I said, well, Walker, I can get you a hardship discharge, but they might call you back. I said, that's okay, just forget it, because I want out of here. So I did have to go back big summer, but they let me come home.
Oh, that's good.
In Korea, I'm not Korea, because you know that was, the war was going on in Korea at that time. And I didn't want to fight nobody, because even my growing up, I think I only got in one fight my whole time.
Oh, wow.
And I think I'm being blessed. Because today we have fights all the time. And the Bible say, you know, doing to others, you have them doing to you, but that's not happening now. Somebody that kill you now, even you don't know you. In this serious time now, because the end is surely going to come. If you read Revelation, he'll tell you what's happening now is nothing new. It's happening all over.
Man.
No love. Because the devil is trying to get his bunch. He's trying to, well, you know, he tempted God, but he thought he was going to get away with it, but God said no.
Well, let's cycle back. So you came back to take care of your parents. Let's talk about your parents some. Who were your parents?
What was their name?
Yeah.
Welcome Benjamin Norwood Sr., Mel Viney, Harris Norwood.
And were they always in the Waxhaw area as well?
My mother came up in Chatham County, North Carolina. And my father, he was born in Lancaster, South Carolina.
Okay, so close by. What brought them into Waxhaw? Why did they? I mean, your father was fairly local.
Well, when mother came here, and she met my father, see, he was a tenant farming.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I was raised, like I say, off of Parkwood Road,
Mm-hmm.
Parkwood High School Road.
Yeah, yeah.
So they remained here until death.
Yeah. So what were they growing as tenant farmers?
What they what?
What were they growing as tenant farmers? What was on their farm? Were they growing anything? Was it livestock?
They grew cotton,
Okay.
corn, and all. You know, farmers back then, they didn't have to go to the store or maybe for shoes, things like that. They raised everything else.
Oh, okay.
Cotton, corn, vegetables. Go to the garden, get whatever you want, and eat it. Everything was good, but now this food is not what should I say? It's not like it was back in those days.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you eat something now and you make you sick.
Yeah. Well, you pointed out this picture to us before we started filming. Could you tell us, now that we are on camera, could you tell us about this picture again?
Well, my grandfather, and I'm named after him, and my father.
Oh, nice.
I think this is in Chatham County, North Carolina.
Okay.
And it was a large family. And I only saw my grandfather once.
Oh, wow.
And he laying in the corpse at that time.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
So that's the only grandparent I saw.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Because my father, his you know, I didn't see his parents at all.
Hmm. Well, what would you say has changed the most about Waxhaw?
The growth. Because when, you know, it was just a few stores uptown. There was a cotton gin up there, you know, cotton.
Mm-hmm.
And I come to the cotton gin right there where Exxon, the service station was. That's where the cotton gin was. Then I'd come to town with my father in the cotton gin where, you know, you have this cotton in this wagon and you have this big pipe and it hold that thing down in the wagon and it suction up the cotton.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
And it was one up 75 up in Houston. And there was another one, I forget where that was. But Waxhaw things has really, really changed. And see, coming down 75 out of Monroe, where they clearing off now,
Mm-hmm.
and it used to be an airport there. And my mother worked for Clyde Gamble. She had two daughters. One was named Emily, and when she got off of the plane that was getting on, I don't remember, the propeller hit her, and it killed her.
Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. That's awful. Oh, man.
So that's a sad situation. And he lived right there at Amazing Grace Church, that house right there beside. That's the house that they lived in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I never will forget that.
Yeah, I don't imagine how you could. Mm. Well, I imagine you went to church in the area.
Oh yes, my first church was just right out here off of Highway Mine Road, Shiloh Presbyterian Church.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I was first united with it. And of course, it emerged with Bethel Presbyterian Church. Bethel Presbyterian Church is off 200 South.
Okay.
And my father knows they attended Terza Presbyterian Church. You've heard of that?
I have. This is Janet. Yes, I have. I've been working on some historic mapping, and that was one of the churches that came up.
I noticed there's a Prince Hall Lodge down the street. Were you ever a member of the Prince Hall Lodge?
Yes, right here.
Yeah.
It was built, but it was never finished.
Oh, okay. So did you guys meet there?
That it would meet there. The Mason would meet the third Friday night of the month, and the Eastern Stars would meet the fourth Friday night of every month.
And was it a good group? Was it active?
They were.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Mason. But most of the people, the members there, they're deceased.
Okay.
So it's just bacon there.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah. So when you were growing up in Waxhaw, what kind of things would you do for fun?
Oh, we played and we had automobile tires and we get a stick and we roll that. And we play games like hide and seek. I don't know whether you heard of that or not.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Hopscotch.
What was the most trouble that you ever got in?
Trouble? Oh, I thank God I've never been in trouble.
That's
Never.
good. That's good.
Never. Because it was parents back then, they didn't take no stuff.
Well,
If you would do something, like come over to your house and I do something, I would get whipped. And when I get back home, I would get whipped again. But see, that don't happen now. Don't happen now.
yeah.
Because it was, kids were obedient back then. And say, what they say, it takes a neighbor to raise kids. Because it was love back then. You don't have that love now. Because the kids now, they do what they want to do and their parents let them do it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's one bad mistake there.
Well, you said you're a junior, named after your dad. Are you the oldest? Are you the oldest child?
I'm the 12th child.
Oh gosh.
I'm the baby.
Wow.
Little baby. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday. He was the 12th child too.
Oh wow.
They have no sisters, no brothers. Only nephews, nieces, and bukus of cousins and friends.
That's unusual to have a junior be that far down the line in the family.
Yeah, usually a junior be the first son born,
Mm-hmm.
but not all the time, because I was the last one, And I'm the 12th child, and there was a set of twin boys.
Oh wow.
But see, I didn't see them. I would love to have seen them,
Yeah.
but I still would want to be the baby. And twins, they range in my family, because I was in a service Tuesday, and there was some twins. There was my cousins, and there was some twins there, 2 girls.
Mm. What kind of family stories did your parents pass down?
What kind of story?
Yeah, family stories. You know that your parents would tell you growing up. Is there family stories you remember being passed down?
Not right now. I can't.
That's fine. Puts you on the spot.
Maybe later on I could probably think, but you know.
Okay. Well, you mentioned growing up that you guys would grow the food that you eat. But when you needed things like clothes or shoes, where would you go shopping?
You would go to the store, but a lot of the mothers made clothing. They'd go to the store, buy the cloth, and make the clothing.
So did your mom sew then?
Mm-hmm.
Was she talented?
Yeah, she was good at sewing. So, just on the thing, you had to buy shoes and things that, you know, they didn't make.
Yeah.
And it's like the food, you know, everything was grown on the farm. So only thing you usually where you had to go buy sugar there.
Yeah.
You didn't have to buy shortening because we had hogs and
Okay.
cows. They had milk and your butter. Oh my goodness.
So this is Janet. So did you come to downtown Waxhaw and shop in any of the stores downtown? Where would you go to buy your shoes and your sugar?
There was one store was T.R. Ness, but A.W. Heath and T.R. Ness was right there, 16 and 75.
Mm-hmm.
They had, you know, and I think Farmer Union, which is a restaurant right there by the bridge, and that used to be the bus station.
Yes.
So, but when you say mother, you know, living on the farm and you had the garden, they would can, she would can the food, you know, corn and the vegetables, you know.
Yeah.
And gasoline back then was like 20-some cents per gallon.
Wow.
And now, well, I don't know what it is now. Three something, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It might be more.
Yeah.
I hope it would come on down, but I don't know.
How often would you travel into Monroe or Charlotte?
On weekends, maybe. Well, I didn't go to Charlotte back then.
Yeah.
And Charlotte has, it's grown. Because I wouldn't drive in Charlotte now. I used to, but not now. Yeah. The traffic. Because the traffic here is ridiculous. And I try to go uptown where I won't be in that traffic.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to Monroe, I go the back way. Because we go up here, no telling how long it takes for you to get on 16.
Yeah.
In Charlotte, Jesus. It's something else.
No, that's definitely true. Yeah. So there's a couple of questions I like to ask everybody just to kind of get everyone's viewpoint on certain Waxhaw landmarks. And so the first one is the train in Waxhaw. Do you have a particular memory about the train that stands out?
Oh, the train, okay. The passenger train used to come through here.
Oh.
Okay. It would come, number 11 would come from upstate. You know, it would come about 10:30. And a man was, he would get the mail. His name was Mr. Bonnie Hammond. He would get the mail, and the depot was there, right in front of A.W. No, Niven Price Company. That was the train. That was the depot there. Because they still had a depot in Monroe, but I don't know what they use it for. It's once a parking lot. And okay, the trains would run. Okay, number 6 would be going off just about 8:30 at night, and then number 11 it would be going south. That was about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And it was always freight trains running.
Okay.
And so you get the train here, but then later on you'd have to go to Monroe to get the train to go wherever.
Okay. Did you ever catch the train to go somewhere?
Yes. Train, buses. Like I said, the bus station was right here at the Belt Building. That was you know.
And so if you were riding the train or the bus, where would you take it to go travel? Were you taking it just to go shopping? Taking it to go vacation?
Well, you could, you know, go shopping on it, go to one place to another.
Yeah. All right, and then the other landmark I always ask about is the water tank.
Oh,
People
yes.
always seem to have a water tank story.
The water tank is left there for a mile. The water tank, the overhead bridge, which cars used to come over the bridge.
I know, I can't believe
Automobiles
that.
come over there.
Yeah.
And the smokestack over here, you know, it's apartment houses now.
Mm-hmm.
Those three, they want to leave those. And of course, right the curve used to be a road to come right on down to a church. That's where the church was.
Okay.
But see, they cut that road out.
Okay.
And which used to be, the last thing was made over here at the mill was sweaters.
Mm-hmm.
Elisa sweaters.
Okay.
That's the name of it.
All right.
And before then, I forgot what they made. I don't remember. Some things is right there.
No, it's amazing what your memory holds and what it thinks is unimportant. Well, the last thing I always ask people is about the mill and what they remember about the mill. So.
Yeah, it was. And people lived, we call it the factory. People lived over there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But well, people live in it now. They made apartments out of it.
Yeah.
And then they got, well, really, I don't know Waxhaw. Because I had some relatives to come yesterday to see me. And they were going to Lancaster to see their aunt. Because she turned 100 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I was glad they called me and told me, we're coming to see you. I said, okay. And I'm glad they called me because I might have been gone someplace, well, uptown.
Do you still have a lot of family members that live in the area? Or has everyone scattered?
Well, they're scattered. Because it's like down this area, a lot of people's gone on.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Because it was, back in the day, it was a lot, Waxhaw, you know, was a lot of people. They're gone. Like we all gonna go one day.
That's true.
But it's a good thing if you know Christ is your personal Savior, you don't have nothing to worry about.
There you go.
That's the main thing. Building a home. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound of saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found, was blind, but now I see. I like those hymns.
Mm-hmm.
But now you don't hear them too much. Now you ever watch the Gaithers? That's a Christian station, and they sing these hymns. And I mean, it's really, really nice. Now you have classic songs and or gospel songs, whatever, you know. But I can't get off of those gospel hymns. Sweet Hour of Prayer, Amazing Grace, Fairest Lord Jesus. Oh, I could keep on.
So, I have a couple questions. This is Janet. So you mentioned that your parents were tenant farmers and that you have this huge family of 12 children. Can you Tell us a little bit about daily life on the farm. What's the typical day? What were your chores that you were responsible for doing?
Well, we pick cotton. We hold cotton. Okay, we, you know, fathers raise corn. Gather the corn and take it to, the mill and grind it. See what that corn, we have a cornbread, grits and stuff. Take it and have it ground.
So there was a grist mill in town?
Also the wheat.
Was there a grist mill in town to grind the corn?
Let me see, where was it? It was close by here, but right now I can't think exactly where it was. Because I know you grind it, and the man would, get it right. He would take and see if it's fine enough or whatever. It had a little wheel he turned to get it right.
Oh, interesting. So did you work on that farm too, or what was your career after you got out of the Army?
I worked on the farm, but see, my daddy's health was failing, and he had to get somebody to plow on the farm and all, because I was too young. Because the last farm he did down Providence, when you get to the stop sign, and you keep straight on, and that's where he farmed the last. That house was called the Adam House, but it's not there anymore. Got all that space there. And I'll say that space there would be good for the post office car. The post office, I don't know. You might could get a parking space there now. And stamps gone up.
Yeah.
A book of stamp now is what? Let's see. I got a book the other day. $12 and something. I think it's $12.40 something.
Yeah, it could be.
Ridiculous. I can remember, you get a postal card penny, 3-cent stamps, 3-cent drapes, everything. Elevated up. But we gotta live. Gotta make a way somehow.
Anything else?
Well, okay, so when you came back from the Army and took care of your parents, did you ever consider farming as well, or were you done with the Army, done with farming?
That's right. Both of them. Finished with them. Finished with both of them.
So you mentioned you worked in construction. What kind of projects did you work on? Anything that's still existing in Waxhaw now?
Well, I retired from the Kimney Brick and Company in Monroe. I was there 37 plus years.
Wow.
And that was located between the Boulevard and Charlotte Avenue, that. Yeah, 37 plus years I retired from there. Making brick.
All right.
It used to be.
How do you make brick?
Well, you get the dirt, and you got machine. You got what you call them to cut them out, or then you put them on this. Put them in this kiln through I forgot the temperature or whatever. Then you cook them. Then you bring them out and load them up on trucks, whatever. But it went out of business. Only one on 52 North in Wadesburg. And there was one down Benwick in Benwick, South Carolina, Ashford Company.
Okay.
Because you would always see the trucks you know, up and down the road.
Yeah.
Cause I was in Charlotte once and I went in the grocery store and got my groceries and I had to check them. No. I said, you mean to tell me the trucks come by here every day and you don't know that there's this brick industry out of here? It's okay. I left the basket, then come on out.
So when did you retire?
Let me see. I retired. You know, I don't know what year.
All right, then let me phrase this differently. Were you living here and then working in Monroe?
Right.
Oh goodness. What made you choose to live here and drive to Monroe every day?
Well, after we bought this land, we built the house, and then, you know, there wasn't no work here in Waxhaw. You had to go to Charlotte or Monroe.
Okay.
And so the brickyard was a good place to work. And a lot of people that came to the brickyard, they was from Marshville, Wingate, Monroe, Van Wyck, Chesterfield, Page, all the surrounding areas.
Oh, wow.
It's a good job. Good job to work.
You said we bought the land. You said we bought the land? Who's the we? You and... Were you married?
I got married in 52.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, 62. January 6, 52.
Oh. How'd you guys meet? How did you meet your wife? And what's her name?
Her name was Mary Lisbeth.
Mm-hmm.
My brother knew her parents, and he carried me down and I met her.
Well, you have a lot to be thankful for your brother then.
I don't know. He's going on to glory. I can think back.
Well, when you built your house, how did you pick the design of the layout? Did you pick a plan out of a book? Did somebody design the house for you?
Daddy's cousin designed the house.
Was he an architect?
Not
Or
exactly, but back then, you know.
Yeah, everyone had a hobby. Yeah, you just did things.
Just like my sister built it. She lived in Tarrytown, New York, and she built the house next door. And of course, she died in '88.
Mm.
So the house was that she had built. The house is down Rehoboth Road to the first road, I believe, when you get if you cross the bridge over there, down to the right, and I think that's where they designed that house from there.
Okay. Okay. So now that you've lived here, would you change anything about it? Now that you've lived here, would you change anything about the house design? Or do you think your dad's cousin did a good job?
I did a good job.
Good.
Back then, did a good job.
Yeah.
Because the material wasn't perfect, but you know, we had to have somewhere to stay. But you know,
Yeah.
so I think they did a beautiful job.
Did any of your other family members live on the street too?
This was the first house built on this road here. One house was built at the corner there, and it was two houses back here. And then we came and built this house, and then other houses were built.
Okay.
Did you and your wife have children?
No. No kids. And I'm glad.
I love an honest answer.
Pardon me?
I said I love an honest answer.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to tell the truth and stay in church. Because I down to the Walgreens drugstore, I went down to pick up my prescription. So I told the pharmacist, I said, well, I'm going to be 90 years old. He said, you're lying. I said, I don't think so. I said, if I'm lying, I got to give him conduct. He said, I wouldn't think you a day over 71. I said, well, thank you.
Yeah.
So nobody believed me, really.
So did your wife work? Did your wife have a job?
Yes,
Where did she work?
I forget the name of the company that she worked. I'm going to tell you this. My cousin went to California, and so they moved back. In Middle Spring, moved back home, and so he has a grandson. And he asked me, where's your walking stick? I looked at him, I said, I caught him out, I said, how much? I said, here it is. I say, I have it. I say, I don't have to use it now, but in case, I've already got it. And so we really, it was amazing what kids ask now. You know, because so many people are walking on sticks, and they're young.
Yep.
They're young, so thank God I'm blessed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because Art Linkletter used to have a program, I think he used to come on 9 o'clock. And he said the kids can say some of the darndest things. And if you don't mind, they'll get you up a tree. They're really, really smart now with all this thing, just like computers and all this. Well, see, I say people that's going on, if they don't want to come back, I know. But if they were back here now, they would be in a lost world. Because just like texting and all that, I can't do it. One thing, my eyes not that good, and it's just amazing now. And then, you know, the kids in school, that's all they got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me a pen and paper. I'm writing all that. But that's about pass out.
So what did you do with all your free time once you retired? How do you spend your days?
What, now?
Now, then?
Well, now, I have my Bible, just have a phone. I talk to friends and all, you know. And when I go out, I don't be out long. And, you know, and being retired, you stay in the bed and you want to. Because this morning, I think it was about 9:30 when I got up. And I was thinking, did you all was coming next Saturday?
Oh, no.
Because I think he said 2 weeks from today, and that would have been next Saturday. Oh, well, that's okay.
Well, do you have any other stories or tidbits about Waxhaw that you want to tell us, but I haven't asked the right question?
Oh, let me see. Yeah, trying to think about it. Oh, I don't think so.
Kelly, do you have any questions?
No question.
No? All right. Well, I've gone through my list.
Thank you.
Yeah. So with that, I can wrap this up. and say this is the end of the January 27th, 2023 interview with Walker Norwood.
Okay.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound.